Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. I am Olupumi Ajiboye Agbuola. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, has assured Nigerians of a better economy from next year. Mr. Edun gave the assurance at a meeting with the House of Representatives Joint Committee on National Planning and Economic Development and Finance on the proposed 47.9 trillion naira 2025 budget. He said that going by the projection on increased revenue next year and as other measures being taken by the government, there are indications that the country is moving away from factors that had in the past impacted negatively on the Nigerian economy and affected its people. Mr. Edo said the signs showed positive indications of a positive performance of the country's economy in the 2025 as market pricing and foreign exchange resulted to upwards of 5% of the gross domestic product. Budget performance of Osun State has improved remarkably under the leadership of Governor Adeleke. The State Auditor General, Mr. Kolapo Idris, disclosed this in Midday at the annual audit forum organized by the Office of the Auditor General, Sonia Honorinde has more.
Representatives of ministry, departments and agencies, MDAs, and professional bodies converged on Midday for the annual audit forum to reappraise the audited account of the state. Speaking at the forum, powered by the Office of the Auditor General of Osun State, the Chairman, House Committee on Public Account, Honorable Midday said the forum underscored the dedication of the administration of Governor Adeleke towards good governance and accountability, noting that the State House of Assembly recognized the critical role played by the Office of the Auditor General and will continue to support the ministries, departments, and agencies to deliver on their mandate. The head of service in Osun State, Mr. Adeleke, noted that the forum is a pointer to the fact that Governor Adeleke is committed towards transparency and accountability and has nothing to hide as far as the state account is concerned. Mr. Adeleke said the forum is especially designed to ensure that people are not in the dark about the financial status of the state. The Accountant General of Osun State, Mr. Rashid Alabi, said there is symbiotic relationship between the two ministries aimed at improving on data collections in respect to financial engagements of the state to ensure that public are served with a credible financial report of the state. Goodwill messages delivered by representatives of ministries, departments, and agencies, professional bodies, leadership of the organized labor, leadership of persons living with disability, lauded the Office of the Auditor General for organizing the annual audit forum, noting that it will go a long way in shedding light into gray areas of financial engagements of the state with a view to promoting accountability and transparency in the public service, presenting the audited account for 2021, 2022, and 2023 of Osun State financial report. The Auditor General of the state, Mr. Kolapo Idris, said the budget performance of the state has improved remarkably under the leadership of Governor Adeleke, adding that the Office of the Auditor General will continue to ensure a credible financial evaluations of the state through proactiveness as well as improving method of collecting financial records. Mr. Idris said it is the constitutional responsibility of the Office of the Auditor General to manage the state balance sheet in a way that impacts meaningfully on the lives of the citizenry, as well as present the financial status to the public.
We want the public to really understand the impact of our job. After completing audit exercise, forming an opinion, we will have to come down here to explain to the public what we've discovered. And that will give the public the opportunity to ask questions about what we've achieved.
Sonia Honorinde, reporting for OSBC News.
Meanwhile, the Senate has threatened ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government with zero allocation in the 2025 fiscal year if they fail to appear before it to scrutinize records of expenditures made from 2024 appropriations. Senators raised the pertinent issues and others during an investigative hearing by the Senate Committee on Finance, led by Senator Sonny Musa, that focuses on the remittances of internally generated revenue, fiscal accountability, and the overall state of the country's financial management system. The lawmakers noted the inability to access accurate data on the funds available to the Federation, calling for improved synergy between the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation and the legislative body. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, says the new Port Harcourt refinery is over 90% completed. The CEO revealed this during the visit of the labor leaders of the Nigeria Labour Congress and the Trade Union Congress to the facility in Rivers State. Kyari also stated that the Port Harcourt Refinery Company operates 2 refineries, the old plant with a capacity of 60,000 barrels per day, while the new facility with a capacity of 150,000 barrels per day, bringing the refinery's combined crude processing capacity to 210,000 barrels per day. Kyari, who was represented by NNPC's Executive Vice President of the downstream sector, Isiaku Abdullahi, said the new Port Harcourt refinery is under rehabilitation and will be updated soon. He said when the rehabilitation is completed, it will be up and running compared to any refinery around the world with compliance to health and safety compliance. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, has called for urgent and proactive measures to address the escalating cybersecurity threats in Africa. The Speaker made the call at the 4th Live Hacking Cybersecurity Conference held in Abuja, represented by the Chairman, House Committee on Digital, Information and Communication Technology and Cybersecurity, Honorable Adeleke Dikulai. They said the conference themed with 141 servers down, a call for proactive defense strategy provided a platform for cybersecurity experts, policymakers, and stakeholders to deliberate on safeguarding Africa's digital infrastructure. Delivering the keynote address on behalf of the Speaker, Honorable Ajide stressed the importance of the theme, noting its timelessness and relevance in the face of growing cyber attacks. He said the incident of 141 servers down is a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities in the digital systems and devastating impact cyber attacks can have on critical infrastructure, financial systems, and public services. The Speaker expressed concern over the rising tide of cyber threats on the continent, citing losses exceeding $4 billion in 2023 due to cybercrime, with Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya being the most targeted nations. And moving on to sports, former African Cadets champion Wisdom Okonlawo has expressed his readiness to take the world by storm as Nigeria hosts the 2024 Men's Junior EP Fencing World Cup in Lagos from Saturday to Sunday. A determined Okonlawo expressed his readiness to lead Nigeria to a podium finish at home in individual and team events. All eyes will be on the 17-year-old as he leads the Nigerian team, which includes Shemilore Fashola, Olumi Iwaike, Bade Martins, Kibati Opasanya, and the Indonesian siblings, Mahadi and Mahataru. Reports say Okonlawo had won gold and a bronze before during the week the African Fencing Championship, which was hosted by Nigeria in 2020. Top fencing nations from around the world, including the United States, Hong Kong, Egypt, and others, will join Nigeria at the tournament. And moving on to the foreign scene, United Nations Special Representative in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Bintou Keita, has called for the reversal of the constitution and continued the escalated insecurity in North Kivu and Ituri, especially related to the activity of ADF, M23, Codeco, and Zaire. Addressing the Security Council, Keita said The M23, a non-signatory of the ceasefire agreement, has consolidated its civilian and military occupation in North Kivu. It was learned that the Allied Democratic Forces remaining the deadliest armed group with hundreds of civilians killed in recent months. She also said that the prevailing security environment continues to alarmingly exacerbate the humanitarian situation, further intensified by ever-growing climate change challenges. According to OCHA, almost 6.4 million people are currently displaced due to armed conflicts, and natural hazards with multiple epidemics have also aggravated the humanitarian situation. Still on the foreign scene, Chinese President Xi Jinping has warned that there will be no winners in a trade war with the United States, as he vowed that the country will hit its growth goals for the year. Xi Jinping said China is willing to maintain dialogue with the U.S. government, expand cooperation, manage differences, and promote the development of China-U.S. relations in a stable, healthy, and sustainable direction. He also stated that China has full confidence in achieving its 2024 growth goal. Meanwhile, former U.S. President Donald Trump, who returns to the White House next month, unleashed a grueling trade war with China during his first term in office, lambasting alleged intellectual property theft and other unfair practices. Trump pledged to impose even higher tariffs on China after taking office next year, as Beijing is grappling with a shaky post-pandemic economic recovery. Analysts have suggested that the recent surge in shipments is because foreign buyers fearing another trade standoff were racing to beat any possible tariffs on Chinese goods by the U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. China's top decision-making body, the Politburo, urged support for consumption and the loosening of monetary policy next year. And that ends the midday news on OSBC TV. Join us at 3 for the state news. Good afternoon.